Okay, thank you.
Hey, is Chloe still on?
No, she just got off. Hey everyone, I'm Meteorologist Addison Green here at KHOU, where we are monitoring the potential for severe weather out there with that tornado watch in place till 3 o'clock for our entire viewing area. And we are seeing some thunderstorms still capable of possibly bringing around some hail, some damaging wind gusts. And we're talking about this one right here, which most recently had its warning extended to now 2:15 p.m. This severe thunderstorm warning is for this storm cell right here that's really showing on and off chances of showing some possible rotation with that storm cell. Let's go ahead and scan it for you. And this storm system, just to put in location, is over Brazoria, Fort Bend, Matagorda, and Wharton County. And let's zoom on in right here across the Magna area, for instance. And what we are doing is looking inside the storm system to show you if we have that potential for rotation right there. Green indicates winds going towards the radar dish, red indicates away, and as we are seeing them closer and closer together, we're starting to get that tighter rotation right there. So in the Magna area, for instance, there may be the potential of that system rotating up aloft, that wall cloud starting to rotate up aloft. So if you're within that vicinity, while there is not a tornado warning on this storm system, it has been strengthening and weakening over time, so it could get warned at any moment, which is why we are breaking in to make sure that you guys know that you may have to get to your safe spot to seek shelter from this system. Let's go ahead and clean this up and dive on back across the area where you can see that storm cell producing a lot of lightning. It's located just south and east of Highway 59, heading to a northeasterly direction at roughly about 30 miles per hour or so. It has the capability of producing wind gusts roughly 50 to 60 miles per hour and hailstones roughly about a quarter inch size in diameter, maybe a little bit smaller, as we have been watching this system make its way through the area, giving us the potential for some large hail to come on down. There's another scan of that velocity right there. Does not look promising within this latest scan, but me and meteorologist Blake Matthews were watching it go up and down the past maybe like 15 minutes or so. So we're just kind of getting ahead of the curve and just anticipating the potential for that tornado warning to be issued. Here's that hail path where you can see it dropping down some pea-sized hailstones across, say, Louise, for instance, pushing across Highway 71. Let me go ahead and pause this for you on the latest scan. And we can see that it's dropping down just northeast of Kane Junction, about roughly an inch-sized hailstone. Just north of Dangving, we are seeing some hailstones that did come down roughly as well, about an inch size in diameter. So just what we've been seeing so far with these storm cells, roughly about a quarter of an inch can be possibly coming on in across that way. Now, the severe thunderstorm threat is out there for the rest of the day, with the enhanced risk being dropped down towards the border of Harris County with Fort Bend County. This was upgraded earlier on today once those thunderstorms pushed through, making themselves well known to anybody in places like Jersey Village, for instance, or up near the Katy area, for instance, with large hail coming down, heavy rain, and gusty winds. We can still anticipate some potential for these thunderstorms to produce golf ball-sized hailstones, wind gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour, and there is that 2% chance for tornadic activity. This is just one area of part of a larger size area underneath the potential for severe weather, as the southeast may be dealing with a severe weather outbreak. So roughly around 3 to 4 o'clock or so, we have these storms still impacting the vicinity of the area, but now heading to an east-northeasterly direction as we're starting to watch that front right there starting to push on in across the region. So these thunderstorms will push on in from a southwest to a northeasterly direction, bringing around heavy rain, gusty winds, the potential for pea-sized to golf ball-sized hailstones. And roughly around 5 o'clock or so, well after the watch hopefully has ended, we see these storms pushing to the east and moving away from us, but still going to be an issue across the southeast as they deal with that potential for severe weather over that way for the rest of the day. Another stormy Sunday across that vicinity. Here's your extended 7-day forecast, where after your day today, with those thunderstorms coming our way, we see high pressure build on in, giving us a pleasant Monday and a warm trend for the next several days. The only blemish is going to be come Wednesday afternoon, where we do see the potential for some possible strong to severe thunderstorms to come through that area once again. And then going through Thursday morning, we should clean things up and start to talk about things getting better as we enter the second half of the work week. So right now, just keeping our eyes on the latest weather chat, keeping our eyes on the latest reports out there across the vicinity. Not seeing anything yet with that storm system in mention, but I'm going to go ahead and refresh the show and get back to the top just in case anybody joined us midstream I want to bring you up to speed with what's going on right here across the vicinity. I'm Meteorologist Addison Green. Right here, that's the tornado watch up through 3 o'clock for all counties highlighted in yellow. You can see those thunderstorms over the past several hours, roughly around between 10 to 1 o'clock. We saw them making their way from a southwest to a northeasterly direction. It was these thunderstorms right there that eventually did produce some heavy rain and some large hail. Now, it's only this one warning on the board right now, but nonetheless, it's still a potential strong thunderstorm, as it has been showing signs of rotation becoming stronger or weaker over the past maybe about 15 to 20 minutes or so. So that severe thunderstorm warning, it's up in place through 2:15 this afternoon for Brazoria, Fort Bend, Matagorda, and Wharton counties. You have the chance for producing some large hailstones, maybe a possibility the size of 1.25 inches in diameter. It's roughly about the quarter size, as well as wind gusts of 60 miles per hour. Keep an eye on this back end right here, where we are starting to see those winds coming on the back end of that system, possibly trying to get a little bit of some rotation right there going on across, and say, the Magna area, for instance. In fact, let's go ahead and scan this bad boy, see what the latest scan is coming on in across our weather system. And yep, as we look right there, and I'm going to zoom on in across the Magna area, for instance, we can see that we do have some possible strong winds trying to rotate inside the storm system. We're not seeing that tight rotation that we would typically look for when we see the potential for a system producing a funnel cloud and therefore afterwards touching the ground being a tornado. But nonetheless, system is showing some rotational winds up aloft within it. So keeping our eyes on that one across the area as we continue to monitor it over the next hour or so. There's another scan right there coming in from you from the National Weather Service showing you, yep, very much broad rotation, nothing huge. Nonetheless, you definitely don't want to get caught off guard, hence we are diving in and breaking in on social media. The path of hail has been making its way to east-northeasterly direction from Louise to Kane Junction, producing some quarter-size hailstones in many spots. I'm going to go ahead and pause this for you on the most latest scan. And what we're looking at is the path of the hail coming on down, almost like footprints in the sand of where the storm system has been, seeing where it has produced the hail. And we have just northeast of Kane Junction, just shy of an inch-sized hailstone that was reported, and just south of El Campo, also the same size. So nothing huge, nothing along the line of what we saw in our northern counties, Montgomery County, for instance, where we saw yesterday baseball-sized hailstones. Yeah, not seeing with that storm system. Nonetheless, there is that capability for any storms for the rest of the afternoon, producing some damaging elements, hail, damaging winds, and even the possibility of some tornadic activity in all these highlighted areas, especially the orange highlighted area. That's an enhanced risk for severe weather, a 3 out of 5 on the scale, and it goes up to 4 out of 5, pushing towards Louisiana, where there's a moderate risk for severe weather over that way. Roughly around 3 to 4 o'clock or so, the storm should be wrapping on up across Fort Bend County, western sections of Harris County, moving to the east at roughly about 20 to 30 miles per hour. By 6 o'clock, most of our viewing area is done with the stormy activity. Should get a chance for some sun to shine on down, warm things up, and the storms continue to push north and east across the Gulf Coast states, making their way across some areas that were devastated last Sunday, Easter Sunday, with severe weather. And now they may get hit again with the same similar type storm setup going on in. Here's your extended 7-day forecast, and don't forget, make sure you get the KHOU app in your app store. It comes in handy for times like this. You can keep an eye on the live radar, and also follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. Get those push notifications so you know when we are about to break in live to give you the latest weather information. Keeps going up and down.
It's this close.
Yeah.
It's this close to being tight. I mean, if the dark red and green, I mean, we're on top of each other, no doubt.
No doubt. Warn it. Like, what are you waiting for?
They're probably just waiting on another scan.